Hey guys, my name's Camden Bolin, and I'm the owner of Naughty Hen Custom Turkey Calls out of Batesville, Arkansas. I've been in this, I got started building turkey calls probably 10 months ago, 8 to 10 months ago, and I'll just kind of give you a little backstory of how I got started doing that. I'm actually a contractor by trade. We build custom homes. I come from a family that builds custom homes, so I've always done that, but I've always been a passionate turkey hunter. I started when I was very young. I had an uncle that had a passion for it, and he took me every chance that he got the opportunity, and I fell in love with it just, as I know many others have. I've always been infatuated with turkey calls of all different kinds, pot calls mainly. I've got or had every different kind of pot call, that you could buy locally. And then as I got older, I started getting into some of the more custom calls, and there are a lot of really good custom turkey call makers out there. And since I've got started in this business, I can say that I've reached out through various connections that I had to multiple different builders, and they have been very gracious and very helpful to some of the questions that I had and helped guide me in the right direction. So I can tell it seems to be a very tight-knit community. And I'm just very thankful for those that have helped me, because my thoughts was, if you could build a house like what I was always used to, you could surely build a turkey call, which should be simple, but as I found out very quickly, it's not near as simple as I thought. Is what got me started on the turkey call building journey. Was I was at the NWTF in Nashville probably 7 years ago, and I had bought, it was my first time to ever experience red or green slate, and I had bought a green slate and a red slate call over there, which both of them I really liked. The red slate, I hung on to the green slate and still use it today some. The red slate, I don't know, I had misplaced it. We had moved homes, I misplaced it, and I had looked and tried to find who I bought it from. I couldn't remember. Still don't know who I bought it from, but I do remember it was a very good sounding call. I loved hunting with it. I loved the different tone that it had, and I could not find one that I was satisfied with. And again, I didn't reach out to any custom builders. I just kind of looked locally and mainly tried to find who I bought that from through receipts and pictures. And man, I couldn't figure it out. So I thought, well, I'll just build one myself. And I bought a cheap wood lathe from Harbor Freight, and I started turning pots. And anybody that builds turkey calls, I'm sure you understand that I didn't build very many good ones and had a good pile of kindling for this winter. I cut more apart than I made. The very first one that I ever got to sound good was a zebra wood in red slate, a red slate in a zebra wood pot. It sounded good in my opinion, but now that I have learned a little bit more, and I go back and I'll call on that call occasionally, and it wasn't as good as I thought. But in my investigating on different wood types, what wood type worked out good with what call surface and soundboards and all that stuff that you go through, dimensions inside the pot. There's so much that goes into it. I was reading on a forum, and a guy said his comment was, and like I say, my big thing was I wanted a red slate call. He said all his caption was red sassafras and red slate, and down under it he said straight meat. So I thought, well, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it's worth giving it a shot. And by luck, I built a sassafras pot. I went and found some. I went and built a sassafras pot, and I glued my red slate surface in over glass, and I called around on it after it dried, and I wasn't crazy about it, but the more I used it, the more I liked it, and I would compare it to some of the other calls I had, and I really liked it. And since then, I've tried to use red slate, and I know some people have their own knacks, whether that be ceramic. I know one builder that I've heard, he builds a excellent ceramic call. I've heard them, and man, they are outstanding. They sound amazing. And just to be honest, red slate has never been, it's not been, since I've started, it's not been my knack. I've been able to make some green slate sound good. I've not had a problem with glass, crystal. And these are just, I know as turkey hunters, we all have, and call makers, or just people who like turkey calls, we all have a different expectation of what we want a call to sound like. So, and as well as I do, mine may be different than yours, and that's fine. It's just what we get used to, and it's what our ear is looking for. My uncle that taught me to hunt, he used a box call, and he could get the attention of any gobbler around with a box call. And I'll just be honest, I thought it sounded horrible, but the man could run it, and he could kill birds with it. I've never been a box call runner. I've always been a pot call. So anyway, I built my first the sassafras and red slate. The more I used it, the more I liked it. And I was still turning my own pots at this time, and I had bought some more sassafras and tried to duplicate that call multiple times, and I couldn't get it done. It was just, and as a home builder, I measure in 16ths and 8ths. I don't measure in 100,000ths, and I figured out when you're building this, it's not a turkey call, it's a musical instrument. If you want the sound that, if you really want what I would say, let's just say a competition grade sound, and if you want it to sound throaty like a hen turkey, not, I don't like calls that sound like you're scratching on a chalkboard, just a surface sound. I like a throaty sounding call, and like I say, that's just me. Everybody's different, but I tried to duplicate that sassafras call, and man, I just could not do it. And with a friend's help, we that has started helping me cut them out. Robert, we was able to finally, I feel like, duplicate the sound of that first call, and I'm very, very proud of it. And you may hear it and think, well, that's awful. And that's fine. I understand we all have a different ear for it, but I'm excited about this call. We build all different types of calls. I've got several different slate surfaces. I've got glass, crystal, ceramic, anodized aluminum. I mean, we've tried it all. But red slate has always been I've always had a passion to get that red slate sound and get back that call that I've lost. And this is the closest that I've been able to come. This is another call this is not it. This is one that I duplicated. It's a crystal over carbon fiber. It's in a walnut pot. And I'm going to run both of these calls for you here, but I just kind of wanted to give you a little backstory on how I got started, and again, I will say we try to produce the most realistic sounding call possible. I know that is, there's a tremendous amount of builders out there that do the exact same thing, and they build a really, really good call, because I've got on, and man, I've listened to sound files. My wife is so tired of hearing turkey calls, but I've listened to sound files. I kind of have a direction I want to go with it, so we do try to produce the most realistic sounding call that we can. Again, I haven't been doing it near as long as some of these other guys, so it is still a learning process for me, but I'm going to step back here and run. First, I'm going to run this red slate, and I'm going to run it with a webwood striker. Let me know what you think about it. That was with a webwood striker. This is with the hickory striker. I will say sassafras is a hard wood to work with for me. It's not a very hard wood. Some of the wood blanks that I've gotten, like I say, I've just had a hard time working with it, but I do love the sound that it produces. It is a little bit different, almost kind of, cedar has its own sound. I feel like sassafras is the same way. It has a unique sound. The next call I'm going to run for you is just a crystal over carbon fiber. This is in a really pretty walnut pot. This is another call that I had built when I was still turning on that $250 wood lathe from Harbor Freight. And this is when I glued the original call together, I was just shocked. And you guys may not think it sounds that great, but I was just shocked because it was one of the first calls that I come up with that I was satisfied with the sound and thought I can hunt with that. So I'm gonna step back here and run this, and I'm just gonna run it with a hickory striker as well. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. We have a Facebook page, and like I say, that we're new in this business. We're learning how to. We're just it's a learning process every day. But we've got 2 events that are coming up: the Big Buck Classic here in Arkansas, and we will be at the Grand Nationals in Nashville in February. So we're really looking forward to this journey. We would like to quit our day jobs and just start building turkey calls for a living, but I'm gonna have to quit cutting them apart and start selling more of them before I do that. So thank you guys for watching. I ask for your support. Follow us on Facebook, look us up, and if there's anything turkey hunting wise that you need, reach out to us, and we can help you out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day.